Well, hello and welcome back to the Daily Sales Message. This is episode 29, which means for at least the last 29 days and for each and every single day from here on out, we're going to provide you with a piece of simple, actionable advice that's going to help you to improve your sales performance and feel more confident too. If you're new here, my name is James Newell. I teach people how to sell. For me, it comes in two parts. It starts with having what I call a clear sales message, so people understand precisely what it is you're trying to sell to them. And the second part is having what I call selling confidence, so people feel comfortable, relaxed, and they know what to do and say in a selling situation. In this episode of the Daily Sales Message, we are talking about activity counters. And I'll give an example. And you've probably seen this one before, but maybe you've never considered it for yourself. And it's McDonald's. There is a sign for McDonald's in the US which says over 99 billion served. So they've served over 99 billion hamburgers or customers. I forget the metric actually. I think it's hamburgers. It might be customers because people buy repeatedly, etc. But the point is, and obviously we know who McDonald's are, so we know they're successful and they're busy and they've done lots of stuff and they're experienced, etc. So it's kind of a non-event now. But when it started, it was over 1 million served, and that was a big deal. Over 1 million served. And obviously over time, that number's got bigger and bigger and bigger. So the question is, and we don't want to be sharing confidential information with anybody, of course, but could you share how many clients you've worked with, the impact that you've had? There is, if you had a company, for example, it's based in the electronic space, in the energy world. If you're helping to save electricity, you could say over 1 million bajillion kilowatt hours of energy saved. But of course, if we go back to episode 24 of the Daily Sales Message, big numbers, you know that talking about kilowatt hours is meaningless. We have to talk about things that matter. So in that instance, we could say over 10,000 car charges saved every day, every minute, whatever, or we've helped this many millions of people to do this, or we've made this much, or we've helped to plant 10,000 trees, or whatever it happens to be. The point of an activity counter is we're trying to give people a sense of the experience and the scale of your business and of your impact. So if that's number of clients you've served, or number of units you've provided, or things that you've saved, or things that you've made, or things that you've donated, whatever the number happens to be, but could you share it first of all? We don't want to be sharing confidential information. Is it a number that's continually going up? So could we have a counter on your website or on a social media post to talk about this? And do your buyers care about it? Will it make any difference to them? At the time, over 1 million served, if you'd never been to McDonald's before, which I think is, it's a pretty small number now. But if you'd never been, you'd be like, ooh, they must be good. They've served over 1 million people, or they've served 1 million hamburgers. And that's kind of the point. If we're telling you how experienced we are and just how much we've done or saved or made or whatever, it kind of raises the question and the curiosity of, well, they must be good because they've done lots of this. And that's the point. So that's the thing to think about today. Activity counter. What piece of information has to be obviously non-confidential, have to be okay to share it, but what piece of information could you share about your business to give me a sense of the scope, the impact, just the size and the capability of your operation, your people, your products, your services? That's activity counter. Well, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about something which I started doing myself years and years and years ago. And it worked really well in terms of retaining customers and keeping them happy, particularly if things were going wrong. If things are going wrong, this helps to make people a bit happier and make them feel a bit more loved. But of course, I have to tease you into listening. Maybe I don't have to tease you. Maybe you can listen anyway, but I feel like I have to tease you into listening to the next episode. Episode number 30. What another landmark. Episode number 30 of the Daily Sales Message. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow.